Hi there, this is Tata, and welcome to a Wrestling Time Post Show. It is Wednesday, August 14th, 2024, and tonight I'll be talking about AEW Dynamite. Alright, so tonight's Dynamite had a lot of happening. You know, we are on the road to All In, which is next Sunday, August 25th. So, as we all know, Britt Baker had been suspended for a while because of a confrontation with MJF. So tonight marked her return. So let's get into that. So tonight Dynamite kicked off with the TBS title match. It was Mercedes Mone versus Hikaru Shida. And I actually thought this was a really good match. Like, I would not mind seeing Mercedes Mone versus Hikaru Shida part 2. Like, this was good. I liked it. And at the end, like, Britt Baker's music plays, and there's someone in the crowd wearing like a mask and a sweater. We don't know who that is. I feel like it was probably like a plant. But Camille attacks that person, thinking it's Britt Baker. But in reality, Britt Baker comes to the crowd, and she puts on her iconic glove, and she puts Mone in a lockjaw until Camille saves her. So, and then she holds up that title. So I'm actually looking forward to Mercedes Mone versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I cannot wait. I think that's going to be a good match. I don't think Britt Baker's winning. I think that somehow, someway, that finish for Mercedes Mone versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, I think it's going to have a dusty finish. I don't think Britt Baker's beating her. Not yet, anyways. But yeah. What did you guys think of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD return? Let me know in the live chat or in the comment section down below. All right. So we had a Jay Lethal interview, and before anything else can happen, like, Hangman Adam Page attacked him, and this led into their match. Hangman Adam Page versus Jay Lethal. Like, ever since Hangman Adam Page came back, he's been unhinged, especially after losing an opportunity at the World Title and the opportunity to get his hands on Swerve Strickland. And, like, his eyes during the finish said it all. Like, his eyes are just, like, crazy, man. But this was a good match. I actually really like this. Jay Lethal doing 5 tope, so we see this to the outside. But Hangman won with the buckshot lariat to Jay Lethal. And he's not going to stop until he gets his hands on Swerve Strickland here. He's unhinged. And I really like unhinged Hangman. We get an MJF Will Ospreay video package. And this video package is just a recap of Will Ospreay's career, MJF's career, and their rivalry thus far. I actually really like this video package. This was the first of 3 video packages we got tonight. This was really well done. Like, all 3 video packages were nicely well done. I like this. So Pac cuts a promo. As we all know, like, Pac's been trying to get to All In. He has no path to All In. So in this promo, he's basically talking about the international title, or the American title, as MJF calls it. And he basically is challenging the winner of MJF and Will Ospreay to All Out in the same arena where he beat Kenny Omega. So damn, it sucks that Pac's not getting a moment at Wembley. You would think he would be included in Wembley, but I think he's getting left off the card. Unless they put him in the Casino Gauntlet, but I don't think that's going to happen. Poor Pac. We get like this Darby Allin promo, and it's actually a really good promo. I dug it. I like the fact that he kind of brings up Jungle Boy. He brings up Jungle Boy, which, as we all know, was Jack Perry's old persona. And he says that nobody believed that Tarzan Boy shit. And he alludes to the fact that he says that Perry should have gotten fired last for all the dumb shit that he did. So, after this, I guess Darby Allin was supposed to have a match, I don't know, against 2, but he got attacked by Jack Perry, and Jack Perry basically challenges him to a coffin match at All In. So I think he amped up the stakes here. A coffin match at All In. It's the second coffin match we're going to have at All In. We had one last year. We get this really badass Mariah May promo where, like, you know how Toni Storm had her, it starts off as a movie, but then she's like, oh, we don't do that shit anymore. And you see her light up like Toni Storm's clothes, and just that image of her standing behind the fire as the fire is like burning. And I thought that was really, really cool and really badass. And she's talking about how they're both going to die, and she's going to write Toni Storm's eulogy. I thought this was nicely well done. I really like this. And I do think Mariah May is going to defeat Toni Storm. I think that's like the match I'm looking forward to the most. I'm seeing a few things more added to Allin in a triple threat match for the AEW Tag Team Championships, and Ricochet is the Casino Gauntlet and wins. I could definitely see Ricochet being in the Casino Gauntlet. I don't know if he'll win, but I definitely do see him being in there. I mean, him winning and debuting the Casino Gauntlet would be a great way to make an impact. You get a Mina Shirakawa interview, and she's just asked about what's going on between Toni Storm and Mariah May. She obviously doesn't want anybody to get hurt, so I wonder if she's going to play a factor at all in. Like, I wonder if she's going to be at ringside, or she's going to just be okay, because the way all About Eve ends is, yeah, okay, Eve takes Margot's place, and then another actress tries to do the same thing to Eve. So I wonder if they're going to do that with Mina and Mariah May, where Mina will become Mariah May and Mariah May will become Toni Storm. So we'll see. We did a three-way match for the number one spot in the Casino Gauntlet match. Roderick Strong versus Orange Cassidy versus Kyle Ryder. I thought this was a really great match. I thought this was a fun match. I really like the fact that Orange Cassidy and Kyle Ryder kind of double teamed a Roderick Strong here. I did notice Kyle was helping Cassidy. Like, when he tried to allow him to go back inside of the ring, he held the ropes for him. Now, it was interesting that Orange Cassidy won this match, so he's going to enter number one in the Casino Gauntlet match. But the person he pinned to win was none other than Kyle O'Reilly. He pinned Kyle O'Reilly. And at the end, even though Kyle helped Cassidy up and he clapped for it and walked away, I can't help but to think that maybe Kyle felt some type of way that Orange Cassidy stole the match from him. The reason for Ricochet winning is that Bryan wins at AEW World Title and okay, I can see that. So so I wonder if this is gonna maybe lead to Kyle reuniting with Roderick Strong here, because ever since Kyle came back to AEW, he's been avoiding Roderick Strong and the Kingdom. Like, he doesn't want anything to do with them. He kind of wants to do things on his own. But now that Orange Cassidy pretty much stole this from him, it makes you wonder if he's gonna reunite with Roderick Strong. So Claudio Castagnoli and Kazuchika Okada come face to face, and I actually like this interaction between them. Like, Okada was like, he's like, "Go up, bitch," and Claudio quoting 99 Problems, and he calls him, and this bitch is when he says. I thought that was hilarious. So I can't wait for the match. I think it's gonna be a really great match. Will Claudio Castagnoli take the Continental title from Okada in Europe? I could see it happening. I would love to see Ricochet versus Orange Cassidy in the final match in the Gauntlet. Oh, that would be great. That would be great. We get a Patriarchy interview, and Christian Cage here is kind of just like, you guys remember on Collision, he was special guest referee between the House of Black versus versus the Bang Bang Gang, and nobody won. And according to Christian Cage, he called it down the middle. I still think we're gonna get a three-way match here. We're gonna get a three-way match. I think because of those shenanigans, it's gonna be a House of Black versus the Patriarchy versus the Bang Bang Gang for those trio titles. I mean, it makes the most sense. It's a trios titles three-way match. So Hook has an in-ring interview, and basically he calls out Chris Jericho in the learning tree. He wants a match. You know where this is going. Of course, it's not going to happen tonight because Chris Jericho doesn't agree for it to happen tonight. I can't wait for the patriarchy to break up. I don't like the faction. You don't like the faction? Okay. So, in the end, Jericho agrees to give Hook a match, but it's going to happen at Allin. Of course, typical heel fashion, it's going to happen under a few conditions. Number one, if Hook loses, he's done with the learning tree, he's done with the FTW title, and he's got to walk away. And two, next week, Hook will face Big Bill on Dynamite. And I like the fact how at the end, Hook says that Chris Jericho will never, ever be the same again, quoting Chris Jericho here. So I do think Hook is probably going to be Chris Jericho at Allin. We get a tag team title match. It's the Bucks versus the Acclaim. This was a good match. The Bucks won by DQ because FTR, I guess you can say accidentally, cost the Acclaim the titles after Dax Harwood took the belt from Matthew. And he ended up attacking Matthew Jackson. So I don't think this match it's going to be FTR versus the Acclaim on Collision as made by Christopher Daniels, who was watching backstage. I think it should be the Acclaim. I don't see why we would get FTR versus the Bucks for. Maybe more than likely FTR would win, but I personally think it should be the Acclaim. What do you guys think? Should it be the FTR versus the Bucks or the Acclaim versus the Bucks? I'm gonna in the live chat or in the comment section down below. We get a Bryan Danielson video package, and like I said, all the video packages that they've been doing tonight were awesome. I thought they did a really great job with these video packages. Bryan Danielson, you guys said Green Day here. Does anybody like Green Day? I like Green Day. I like some of their older stuff, not their newer stuff, but the song that they on AEW Collision is where we have the triple threat announced. I think so. FTR versus Bucks can't send the Acclaim anymore. Oh, okay. Acclaim versus Bucks. Okay, I could see Acclaim versus Bucks. I could also see them doing FTR versus Bucks. So they use Green Day's "Good Riddance" during this video package. I actually like that song. It's one of my favorite Green Day songs, along with "Basket Case" and "When I Come Around." Yeah, I like some of their older stuff. Could be a triple threat. I don't know if they'll do 2 triple threat matches because I think more than likely the trios title match will be a triple threat because of the shenanigans Christian Cage pulled off. But I really like this video package. It was highlighting Bryan Danielson's career from his days on the Indies to AEW. Of course, they couldn't include any WWE footage, but this was nicely well done. I don't think Bryan Danielson's going to retire at all. And I definitely do think he's going to beat Swerve Strickland. And then he'll probably retire at Wrestle Dream. It was a nice video package, you will admit. Got chills from watching another big. Okay, I like Green Day's Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I like Boulevard of Broken Dreams too. But in terms of their classic stuff, you can't go wrong with their classic stuff. I do like Boulevard of Broken Dreams, like American Idiot. So I just like their classic stuff more, though. So we get Swerve Strickland versus Wheeler Yuta. He definitely deserves it. Can't deny it. Yeah, he definitely does. I do think Bryan is winning. I don't think he's losing to Swerve Strickland. So Swerve Strickland versus Wheeler Yuta. You guys remember last week, Swerve Strickland said he wanted Bryan front and center. Like, he was sitting front row to show Bryan what he was going to do to Wheeler Yuta. And during this match, Swerve Strickland got in Bryan's face as he was beating up on poor Wheeler Yuta on the barricade here. But this match was actually stopped because he was hitting Wheeler Yuta with those lefts and the rights at the very end. And then, at the end, Swerve Strickland takes the microphone and he had to go there. He had to go there. He tells Bryan that he wants his daughter front and center, the exact same spot where Bryan was sitting, so that he can keep his promise of retiring, and that he's going to force him to retire. And he attacks Bryan Danielson from behind, and he mocks those yes chants. Well, Bryan Danielson was caught Daniel Bryan in WWE. So technically, Bryan or Danielson was never in WWE. Okay. Agreed. Old Green Day was better. Thank you for agreeing with me. Yeah, Old Green Day was definitely better. But that's just me. Hey, if you like their new stuff, by all means. Nothing wrong with Boulevard of Broken Dreams or the album American Idiot. I just prefer some of their older stuff. But anywho, like I said earlier, I don't think Bryan is losing at all, and I definitely do think he's gonna get his moment. Moxley's on break, so Bryan can shine finally. LOL. But I think it's gonna be a really great match. I think this is definitely going to main event. Unfortunately, I won't be watching All In live. I'm still gonna watch it, but I'm definitely gonna catch the replay and won't be watching this live. For those of you who don't know, and I'll remind you again next week, I will be going to Power Morphicon and I'll be covering Power Morphicon. So you definitely have to hit that bell and subscribe so you guys can see all the cool footage I'm gonna be uploading from Power Morphicon. All right, but that's the end of the review. So on the scale from a 1 to Shawn Spears' perfect 10, I didn't think this was a terrible Dynamite. I thought this was a pretty decent Dynamite. It wasn't as strong as last week. So I definitely will give this... Have a great night, dear. Oh, thank you. I'd give this a 7. I thought overall was pretty decent. Again, I didn't really care for the learning tree. I'm not a big learning tree fan. I get why they had to include that segment, but overall, really great Dynamite. All right, so thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Let me see. Do you think the Bryan Danielson retirement is all an angle? I don't think it's an angle. I think he's legitimately retiring. Thank you guys all so much for watching and for the continued support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notified whenever I go live or release a new video. And as always, if I don't see you guys tomorrow on Body Slam for the TNA review, I'll see you guys back here Friday after SmackDown. Bye.